Hey Roxbury, welcome back to another week of Phys Ed with Coach Wiz. Hope you guys are doing well. We are going to finish up our basketball unit this week. Think about the things that we've done so far. We've talked about and done dribbling, we've done passing, and last week we went over shooting. Okay, so we've done three really important aspects of basketball. This week's going to be about gameplay and Coach Wiz teaching you some small-sided games that you could play even if you are on your own, or maybe you have one other person and you don't want to play an actual basketball game. There's some other fun small-sided games that you can play. The first thing that I'm going to teach you is a dribbling game, okay? And I've got two dribbling games for you. The first one would be if you are by yourself, okay? If you're by yourself and you want to play a dribbling game, you can set up cones or some type of objects, water bottles, empty water bottles, something to make some sort of obstacle course for yourself. Okay, these cones could be in a straight line. You could alternate them, and you will time yourself or have someone time you to see how fast you can maneuver through the cones all while dribbling. Okay, so it's kind of like a little bit like a relay race, and you could challenge somebody else. If you're with a partner and you want to do this anyway, you could see who can do this faster. So what I'm going to do is set up some cones so you can see Coach Wiz do it, give you an example so that if you want to try it on your own. So for my game, I'm going to use these blue dots because that's what I have to work with. And really, all that you want to do is set them up in a way that you can dribble through. So Coach Wiz is just going to do a straight line. And I'm only using 4 cones, but you could use more cones. You could make the course longer if you have a bigger driveway or an area near your house or apartment that you could use. Set up an obstacle course, try to dribble through it. But watch, so Coach Wiz would say to myself, okay, I'm going to see how long it takes me to go through the cones with my right hand dribbling, back through the cones with my left hand dribbling. Okay, so I would start myself. I would have someone start a timer, dribbling through with my right hand. Okay, then on my way back, I'm dribbling through the cones with my left. Okay, and you can time yourself. You could also do this with crossovers. So I could say, let's see how long it takes me to do a crossover at each cone. Okay, so start myself again. I'm doing a crossover at each cone. On my way back, crossover. Awesome. Okay, so that's just one example, and I use a pretty easy example of just putting my cones in a straight line. You could set them up however you would like, and you can think of different things to do, but the point is that you're getting practice with your dribbling while competing against yourself, against the time, or against somebody else. Okay? Another dribbling game that's a lot of fun, Coach Wiz loves playing this game, is called Dribble Knockout. Okay, and there's 2 types of dribble knockout games that you could play. You have to have someone else with you, and you could have a group of people with you to play this game, but you find a space, okay, and you have to stay in the space, and you have to dribble, keeping your dribble. And that means that you cannot pick up the ball and start running with it, okay, because that's not allowed in basketball. You have to continue dribbling while you are trying to either hit someone else's ball away with your hand, or my personal favorite way to play the game is to find something. You could use a sock. You could use a small towel. Coach Wiz is going to use this little scarf here. Tuck it in your pocket like this, okay? And then you have your space with 1 or 2 other people, and you are trying to dribble and not let somebody pull out your sock or penny, whatever you're using. So when you play this game, everybody's got to have something like this tucked into a pocket, or you could kind of tuck it into your pants like this, okay? And it's like a flag, okay? And your goal is to try to pull out the other person's sock or flag, all while keeping your dribble. And you see who the last person left. So it's a really fun game if you got like 3 or 4 people, come up with a space, everybody's got a penny or a sock, and you see who the last person left is. If you lose your dribble, then you're out if you would like to play it like that, or you could give maybe a warning, different things like that you can do. If you don't have these and you're just using your hand, then you're trying to knock away the ball from somebody else while keeping your dribble. Okay? This is a great way to practice defending against defenders when you're dribbling. So in a basketball game, when you're dribbling the ball, people are trying to steal it. So this game kind of helps you practice protecting the ball. We obviously don't want to cheat and hold on to whatever sock or towel we have, but you can really, really get better at dribbling by playing dribble knockout. Okay, so if you have some other people that you can work with, brothers or sisters or friends, find a space that you're able to play this, and dribble knockout's a really fun game. Okay, so the dribbling games that we've got obstacle course, dribbling through cones. You could play some dribble knockout. Those are two really cool small-sided games to practice our dribbling. And then the last one is a shooting game that I'm going to teach you. And if you have had Coach Wiz before in class, you probably remember this from last year when we did basketball, and that is the game of Around the World. Okay, and if you don't have a basketball hoop at your house, you can use a trash bin. You can use any type of goal to shoot something into and play around the world. But what you need to do is find 5. I'm using dots, but you could use cones, you could use markers, you could use chalk if you're in a driveway. And you want to set up, you see how I have 5 different spots for around the world. Okay? And you are going to start on a spot, and you get to shoot at the basket or the goal, whatever you're shooting at. If you make it, you move to the next dot. If you miss, you have the choice. You can either stay or you can chance it. If you decide to stay, then it becomes the next person's turn and you save your spot on the dot. If you decide to chance it and you make it, you move on to the next dot, just like you would have if you made it on your first try. If you miss on your chance, you go all the way back to the beginning. Okay? It really always makes sense to chance it when you're on the first dot, because saving your spot on the first dot is kind of pointless, because if you miss, you're right back there anyway. Okay, so watch Coach Wiz play around, and I'll kind of talk you through it to make sure you remember how to play this game, or if this is new to you, you should understand it by the end. Okay, so first thing I got to do is figure out what dot I'm going to start at. So that's going to be this dot. Okay, start right here. I'm trying to go around the world. Right, so shoot, and I miss. Okay, so I'm going to chance it because I'm at the first dot. Chance it, and I miss again. Oh no. So now it would be the next person's turn, and that person will get a turn. So let's say that Coach Wiz let someone else go. They either made it around, or now for whatever reason it's my turn again. Okay? Coach Wiz shoots a little bit better this time. Shoot, and I miss again. Oh no. I'm going to chance it. And I make it. Finally, so I move on to the next spot. Right here. Shoot. I make it. I move to the next spot. Shoot. I make it. Oh, nice. Move to the next spot. Oh no. I missed. So remember, if you miss, I missed at this spot right here. That's kind of far for Coach Wiz. Maybe I let someone else go and I stay. And what that means is the next time it's my turn, I would start from right here. And you still then get your chance at if you miss again. So I'm going to stay. Let someone else go. They missed twice. Now it's my turn again. I start right back here. This spot, shoot, and make it. Final spot, shoot, I missed. Coach Wiz is going to chance it. Shoot, and oh no, I missed. So I would go all the way back to the beginning. I almost made it around the world. If you make it in the final spot, you have made it around the world. You give yourself a point. This is a great shooting game to play where you're practicing shooting from all different types of spots. Okay, and you can move these further back or closer depending on what you have to work with, basketball hoop, or a little bit younger, you might want to move it in If you're a little bit older, maybe move it back, challenge yourself. But this is a great shooting game to play around the world. If you're able to, just get outside and shoot basketball too. It doesn't have to be a game. That's a great way to practice. But practicing that dribbling, passing, shooting all the time, that's how you get better at basketball. So hopefully you got something out of this and you were able to either remember the games that we've played in gym before, or if you're new, or maybe you forgot, you remember these games now. So we've got dribble knockout, dribble obstacle course through the cones for a time or a race, and then we've got around the world. So I want you to try to get outside, or if you're inside in an area that's safe and you can shoot into a laundry basket or a bin and play these games, that would be awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. Remember, I'll always put a workout with this lesson. Make sure you guys are watching that and doing those workouts. Those are awesome for you to keep exercising, and our activity was hopefully fun for you today. Next week, we're going to move on to something new. Hopefully you got better at basketball over the last couple of weeks. Stay safe, Roxbury. Miss you guys.